What is your life's purpose, and are you honestly living it? Hello, everyone. This is Craig Goodwin, your friend and life coach. And today I'm going to be answering exactly that very question. So, the way I understood what my life purpose was when I was asked a question. And this question was, what was that one thing that I would really love to do even if I didn't get paid for it? Just think about that for a second while I repeat the question for you. What is the one thing that I would really love to do even if I didn't get paid for it? Let's just think about this for a little while I take you back a few years. Let's go back to your childhood. Do you remember the time when you dreamt fearlessly, when you had dreams that didn't have any boundaries, didn't have any inhibitions, when all you wanted to do was to achieve that one thing in your life or to do that one thing in your life? What did that dream feel like? What was it like? Take a few moments, guys, and just think, what was that one thing? That's exactly how I found what was my life's purpose. And the second most important question was, are you actually living your life's purpose? And in order to understand that, the question that was asked to me was, how did I feel when I got up in the morning? Was I somebody who was motivated? Was I driven? Or was I somebody who was just hitting the snooze button over and over again? Just, if I have to tell you how I was somebody who literally had to peel myself out of the bed every Monday morning just to go to work. It took me 10 years, guys. 5 years first to understand what my life purpose was, and then another 5 years to actually muster up the courage to be able to accept and to actually take that step forward to live my dream. It wasn't easy, guys. But yes, what is important to understand is that it is something that if you keep moving forward, you will ultimately reach the goal, and you will ultimately move out from that dark zone and reach into an area which is completely enlightened. Well, those were two heavy questions. But know this, guys, it was these very two questions that changed my life. I was somebody who was irritable. I was somebody who was not motivated. I was somebody who had no purpose in life. I would get up in the morning, go to office, come back in the evening, completely clueless, completely directionless of what life had in store for me, until and unless I didn't ask myself these two questions. This was the turning point of my life. And like I said, guys, it took me 10 years to actually reach that point. But the main reason of why it took me 10 years is because I got comfortable. And I know that there are a lot of us out there, who tend to start living in this illusion that we are doing what we are doing is the best that we can do, and this is all that maybe life has in store for us. We tend to stop dreaming, we tend to stop evolving, and we tend to stop, asking ourselves those few important questions that can make all the difference. And when we do get into the stage of comfort, you know it's okay, you will stay there for a very long time, but there comes a point where you start to get angry, and that's the point where all the change happens. It didn't take me 10 years to bring about the change happened in an instant, but it took me 10 years of pain to actually reach that point. It took me 10 years of anger, 10 years of going up and failing, and 10 years of constant repetitive failure after failure, failure after failure. And there comes a point where it starts pinching you. There comes a point wherein you've fallen so badly in life that there is literally nowhere else to go, and you literally have to pick yourself up. And that's what I did, guys. I did pick myself up. But the problem with me again was that I did pick myself up a lot of times. But the problem was, after I did pick myself up, I again had no vision and no clarity of where was it that I had to go. I know what it feels like, guys, because I've been there. But know one thing, and the one thing that I really want to leave you guys with, and that is that if I could do it, you guys can definitely do it. There was one quote which really sums up everything, and that quote went like, If you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, that fish is going to live its entire life thinking that it's a fool. And that's exactly who I was, guys, for those 10 years. I was that fish trying to climb that tree, and I kept failing and I kept failing, thinking and actually reaching a point where I thought maybe I am somebody who cannot really do very much, or I am somebody who cannot really go out there and achieve something that I really wanted to. But it's time for us to be honest with ourselves, guys. I was lying to myself for a long time. But there came a point where I had to take a stand and be honest to the one person, and that's me, myself. And the day you're honest to yourself, guys, is the day you will stop being that fish. Because as long as you're not living in your life's purpose, you're going to be that fish who's going to be trying to climb that tree. But the day you know exactly what is your purpose, and you ask yourself those two questions, and you actually get, deep into that and think and figure out exactly what are those two things, you will be able to be that fish who gets into the water and knows its true potential. It's possible, guys. It's possible. It takes time. I'm not saying that it's going to be something that is going to happen immediately. But what I do request you guys to do is to please at least let's take the first step to start thinking. So guys, I would love if you could really share with me what are your life purposes, or some areas if you feel that you might be getting stuck with, or you need some more clarity. Just leave a comment in the comment box or get in touch with us, and I would love to help you gain clarity. So all the very best, guys. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.